In this video, I'd like to talk a little bit about staging your home before listing it. A lot of sellers feel a little intimidated about this process, which it can be intimidating to wonder what buyers want to see in your home. But I want to just ease your tension a little bit about staging because it actually isn't a hard process at all. So with staging, I would like to encourage you as the seller to just think about it this way. What would you like to see if you were purchasing a home? If you were to walk your home, would you like the condition the home is in? That's a good way to approach it. So if you and maybe one of your friends, one of those friends that don't mind telling you the truth, walk your home together as if you're purchasing your home, it will give you a good sense of what you would need to do in this home in order to get it sold or listed. So I'd like to encourage you to walk your home first, even before your realtor walks it, so that you will be able to just have an idea as to what you think needs to be done. And then you can find out what your realtor suggests to see if it coincides with what you feel that needs to be done. Because you know your home better than anyone. You live there. And so if you walk it as if you're a buyer, it'll give you a really good sense as to what needs to be done. And that leads me into the first step of what is important to a buyer and probably will help you too, is to declutter your home. You want to make sure that all of the stuff that you do not want is removed from the home. This also helps if you're moving to another house, things that you don't want, you haven't looked at in over 10 years. Those things, you can just get rid of them. Someone will want them. Also, if you are moving out of state or whatever your next transition will be, you don't have to worry about dragging that stuff along with you. So that's what I would definitely consider your first step with listing your home, is to declutter. You want to make sure that you don't have any junk going with you. The next step I'd like to discuss with you with staging your home is to make sure all surfaces are nice, clean, and sanitary. Because when buyers are viewing your property, you want to make sure that they feel safe in a sanitary condition, and that's not something that they have to worry about. So having a sanitary, clean, surfaced environment, whether it's sweeping the floors, washing dishes. I've shown properties where dishes were in the sink and buyers were a little turned off by it. You think that's something that shouldn't matter, but it does matter to some buyers, because you don't want to bring any attention to any particular thing, because then they will, focus on that thing. So if everything is clean, dishes are washed, counters are nice and clean, in the kitchen and all the bathrooms, floors vacuumed or swept, and also to make sure that everything is tidy. You may want to dust to make sure there's no dust around. That really sends a message to buyers. It makes them feel, oh, wow, they've taken care of the property inside. I know they must have taken care of the property exteriorly. So they don't have any doubts that this property is a really good, solid property. So we're going to move right along to furnishing. How the furniture is placed even is really important to buyers, because they get to see how their furniture, or envision how their furniture would look in the home. Now, if the home is vacant, that's perfect, because honestly, a vacant home sells faster than a furnished home. But if you are still residing there, or you still have furniture there, you want to make sure that the furniture is spread out around the room and not clumped in one area, because when it's spread out around the room, it makes the room appear larger. So you want to make sure also that the furniture is in a position where the buyers can move through with ease, and they don't have to move anything out of the way to get through the space. So having your furniture positioned properly really matters. I'd encourage you to remove any torn or ruddy looking furniture. This is my suggestion for that, and this is what I suggest to my sellers when it comes to maybe old or a little torn and lived on furniture, is to purchase furniture coverings or furniture cover. So they have them for sofas, love seats, chairs. If there is a piece of furniture where it's a little older, you may want to consider covering it. There are so many options available for covering your furniture, really stylish options also that would bring a pop of color. So you may want to find that friend that's really good with decorating, invite them over for snacks or tea, and have them help you with the inspiration to bring out the best in your home when it comes to furnishing. Now that we've talked about the inside of your home, I'd like to also talk about the outside of your home, because the outside of your home is going to be the first impression that a buyer sees when pulling up to your property. So you want to make sure that your lawn is nicely manicured. You want to make sure that maybe you plant some flowers around the mailbox, and make sure that your shrubs are nice and pruned, because when you do that, buyers look at your property and they can't wait to look in the inside because you've done such a great job on the outside. So doing the work in the inside of the property is great. That's very important. But making sure that you do the work on the outside of the property is just as important, because that's what your buyers will see when they come to your home for the first time. It's the first impression. First impression is a lasting impression. The last thing I want to talk to you about when staging your home is to make sure your home smells nice and inviting. There's nothing better than opening a door to a home that smells nice and clean. Now, what will help with making the home smell fresh is painting all of the walls. Paint will normally mask any lived-in smells, because of course we cook, things happen over the years, furniture where we may have odors that can settle, but when you paint, it automatically brings in your fresh smell. Also, if you freshly painted maybe within a year and you don't want to repaint, try plugins, because plugins or candles will set the mood, and it will bring that aroma, that inviting aroma in when a buyer opens the door. I can tell you from my years of real estate, over 16 years, when I open the door for my buyers to a home and it smells good, they're already sold from the door. You want to make sure that your home is one that a buyer will never forget. So doing those small things with staging doesn't have to be any major things, but doing the small things help and buyers take note. So that's all I'd like to share with you today regarding staging. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more home buying and home selling information in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make it a great day.